Comedy with a reverb, huh? Love it. I'm DC PauL, comedian, actor. I got a few talents. Today I will be, my talent will be holding my piss for the next 20 minutes while I make you guys laugh, huh? Let's see, it's about 8:32 already. We're gonna make that happen. It's good to be in a place where everybody is using some kind of butter or some kind of oil. You know what I mean? Like I smell it. Y'all been rubbed down with some type of butter, some type of oil, right? I thought I was like with the conscious community. I was on the olive oil. My homegirl was like, no, we on jojoba oil. And I was like, jojoba. Shit, I was like, so I made some jojoba oil. She's like, no, we on what's the stuff from Morocco? Is it argan oil? Now we on argan oil. Always gotta one up each other. Why we can't just shit? Like Crisco was what we started with, right? You guys be on Crisco? You guys be on Crisco and regular butter, margarine? Shit. What else? I'm glad to be on the West Bank. That was okay, well, the other bank, we'll call it the other bank. I live in New Orleans East. Every time I come to the West Bank, I feel like I'm like getting another stamp in my passport, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing the world, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, when you cross that Crescent City connection, it's almost like going to the 90s for me. Like, first thing I saw was a Schwegman, a nigga went from Jehovah's and G-Nights. I was like, damn, is this Algiers? He was bumping the Hot Boys album. I was like, all right, is that new? Don't shake your head at me, brother. Come on now. I'm gonna make you giggle a couple times. I'm a music lover. I am. So I'm glad to be on this show. And I was really affected by the sudden loss of the legendary Prince Rogers Nelson about 2 weeks ago today, I believe, something like that. Yeah, when Prince joined the Heavenly Choir of Angels. Yeah, they had to find him a choir robe with the ass cut out, but they found it for him. And he's there, he's in the choir stand sitting right next to Whitney Houston's soprano section, making sure she's on pitch. Yeah, right there. Can you imagine at the moment when Prince first met Jesus? Oh, when Jesus first met Prince. I don't know who was like more starstruck when it happened, but when the two of them first met, imagine what that was like. Jesus was probably like, hey, what's up? Hey, Prince. Prince of Peace. Nice to meet you, man. Big fan. Listen, this song you got, I Would Die For You, come on, man. Everybody knows it's kind of my thing. Like, what are you doing, right? And Prince is like, well, I'm sorry, Savior. I didn't mean to disrespect you. And Jesus is like, no, it's cool. I'll forgive you. I just need you to purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka one time real quick. Me and you on the basketball court, we'll settle this like real men. They say Prince didn't have a will. You believe that? It's sketchy. I mean, he didn't have a will, but he made sure somebody knew to cremate him, right? Because he knew what nobody gonna get that makeup right. Like Prince was like, you know what? When I pass, just send the ashes on up to Max Martin. What else is in the news? You know, I feel like we need to show love to our legends while they're still here with us. You right? Right. That's why I propose that we plan a head shaving ceremony for Stevie Wonder. It's necessary. Listen, we could blindfold him or plug his ears or whatever you want to do and make sure we don't know what's going on. You understand? But like, and we can even, you know what? We can even beat some drums, make it seem like it's an African ritual. You know what I'm saying? Somebody hold them down and shave their head. But I mean, listen, if songs in the key of life made you feel anything at all, you can't be cool with this creator looking like Mr. Potato Head from the front and 2 Chainz from the back. Come on, Stevie. You know, Stevie sang that song at Far More Free. No, wait, no, not that one. It's lately I've been staring in the mirror. All right, Stevie, what mirror is this you're staring in? You know, like, is this mirror covered in fingerprints, Stevie? And if you can see all of this is going on, Stevie, come on, do something about it, bro. That's what I'm saying. That was a cheap Stevie Wonder joke. I love Stevie. If Stevie passed tomorrow, I'm not gonna make it. I quit comedy because it was my fault. He wasn't even doing nothing to me. I just started ripping Stevie Wonder on the West Bank. And somebody told him. Somebody gonna tell him. Holding my urine from that sing. It's been about 4 minutes now. Damn. I'm talented. I'm talented. I'm gonna hold it. What else is in the news? Y'all heard about Harriet? Y'all heard the news about Harriet? Yes. Yes. Harriet Winslow. Yes, you heard about Harriet Winslow? Oh, she's like, what? No, I'm gonna tell you what happened with Harriet Winslow, all right? Well, Carl caught her going down on Stephon Raquel in the transformation chamber. Yeah, so he's going to divorce her, quit the police force, move to Bel-Air. We know it's a nice big mansion, light-skinned Aunt Viv and the butler waiting on him. You know, he's moving on up. Yeah. That's 3 black TV girls. Big news. Y'all haven't heard this? It's sad news, though. It's sad news because we all know it's a rare condition at this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And the love and tradition of the grand design is even harder to find. Everybody's favorite black man from CGIF going down in transformation chambers. I'm just saying, Harry, I thought family matters, is all I'm saying. And yes, all families matter. Yes, all families matter, but let's just talk about the black family for a moment. We was looking good on TV. She was married to a police officer. He hadn't killed nobody, as far as we knew. You understand what I'm saying? And I mean, and what about the children, Harriet? What about Laura? And Lil Richie? And the one that went upstairs and we forgot what her name was for Bookie season. I don't know. What was it? Sandra, Denise, what was her name? Vanessa? I don't know. But you know, I'm not gonna talk about her. But the real Harriet news, if y'all haven't heard, is that Harriet Tubman will be replacing Andrew Jackson on a $20 bill. Yeah! It's happening. It ain't happening until the year 2030. It'll take me about that long to pay off my student loans, so that's pretty exciting, you know. And I'm looking forward to this because I've been paying these student loans off, you know what I'm saying, electronically, but I'm gonna save it like the last $200-300 balance and pay it in cash, right? Right. And see, when I picture Sally Mae, I imagine like the daughter of an old plantation owner in Mississippi, right? Like he died and left her the plantation, all these tobacco crops and all these motherfuckers. She just owned a whole bunch of people, right? Right. So what I'm gonna do when I pay her back is I'm gonna walk my uppity ass up to the front door of the big house. Right? I'm gonna knock on the door. I'm gonna say, "Excuse me, Miss Sally. I don't mean no harm, Miss Sally. Don't mean no harm. But I just wanted to say I sure do appreciate this good old education you provided for me and this skill set I'm gonna provide in the next phase of my life. But take that, bitch. Take that. Free at last, and make it rain. Harry Tubman $20 bills on Sally, and then watch her pick up Harry Tubman on the floor of the big house. Like, yeah, vindication. Oh, interest? Fuck, I didn't think about that. You ain't got student loans, brother? You look like you can't relate. Good. Good. No, I mean, I ain't shit. Ain't nothing funny about that, man. Shout out to you. You more free than me. In 2016, you think you can move away and change your address and your phone number? Sally Mae will show up in your inbox. It's 2016, bro.
Exactly.
You ain't gotta live on the plantation for her to be like, hey. Shoot. Oh, I should have said that one, man. Sally Mae slide good being, man. I'm taking it. You won't be there. Telling all your jokes. You funny too. You funny and you can sing. You can multi-talented. I mean, can you also hold your pistol 20 minutes? Way better than me. Swear to God. How long have I been? A little bit personal stuff about me. I recently turned 30. Not that personal. She's looking like, ooh, personal. She got earphones and she don't even know what I'm saying. I love you. I bought your album in like 2003. I saw you at the True Brew Caffe when they used to do the Creoles. I mean, the Posaz with Charlie V. And I bought your album and I've been like knowing who you were ever since then. I used to do spoken word. Word in my life hasn't been taking a turn. Just being silly for people. I used to be deep. There's no words and shit. So I recently turned 30, and as a 30-year-old black man, I feel myself changing, like growing. I'm evolving from within. I think I'm finally the kind of person that doesn't get excited when he hears that McRib is coming back out. That's spiritual. That's strictly God. But yeah, 30-year-old single guy. I live with my 84-year-old grandmother, and listen, don't all like I said I live with her. I didn't say I stay with her like I stay with my grandma. I said I live with her like we live together. We're roommates. We're roommates. Actually, we're roommates. Well, I won't say that I pay half of anything. I would say that her retirement covers utilities, and I buy the weed and let her use my Netflix password. Which is It's really my friend's Netflix password, you know. As long as she's watching what she thinks is new episodes of In the Heat of the Night in my life, it's all good. I ain't got to be nothing. That's how you pull your weight. I prefer to call her my roommate, though. Makes me feel better about my life choices. Just my roommate, you know. One time I was out with my homeboy, and she called me. She was like, "Hey, baby, I just want you to know I made you some red beans and some rice and some cornbread. So if you get hungry while you're out, you ain't got to spend no money on no food because I got you." I said, "That's what's up with me. That's why I fucks with you, because you always come through and catch for me. Appreciate it." Hung the phone up real quick. I didn't want to hear that conversation. My homeboy was like, "Hey, man, who's that?" I said, "Oh, it's about my roommate." He's telling me that she cooks, you know, in case I get hungry. Go home and eat, you know. He said, "You got a female roommate that cook? What's she look like?" I said, "God damn it, why would he ask me such a personal question? If she knew how to text from that jitterbug, I wouldn't have to answer questions like that." What she look like? She about 5'5", brown eyes, brown skin, fat ass. True story. That's what she looked like. That's what she looked like. I say she was 5'5", she used to be 5'8", but spinal curvature set in about 25 years ago. So she's not as tall as she used to be, you know. You know, brown eyes. One of them got a cataract, but she don't need two eyes to read Deuteronomy. You understand what I'm saying? She knows it verbatim. You know, brown skin. It's covered in liver spots. It's just a different shade of brown skin, but you know, somebody like it. You know, he was like, "Man, that sounds like you live with your grandmother. You saying grandmother got a fat ass?" I said, "Man, listen, when that diaper get full, you can't tell if she got a dunk or if she took a dump. You can't be over diaper jokes. I have like 6 more. Diaper jokes keep coming. No, living with her is like living with a grandmother and a roommate my own age sometimes, right? Like one time, like I was leaving to go to work and she tried to hand me $20. You know how grandmother tried to hand you the money without you knowing. And I was like, "Oh." Well, by the way, her name is Bernice. True story. So Bernice is the type of roommate. When I'm on the way out the door, she tried to hand me a $20 bill like I can't see it. Like, "Here you go, baby." And I'm like, "No, room. You know what? That's why I fucks with you, room, because you're always coming through with the clutch for a nigga. Appreciate you, but you know I'm finna go to work and do my own thing, make my own money, right?" So I went to work, came home. I was a little famished. You know, I opened up the refrigerator trying to get me a snack. I see she wrote her name on all the bottles of Ensure. It just say Bernice, Bernice, Bernice. I said, "Well, ain't this about the elderly bitch? She, you know?" So I figured she up in the living room having a prayer meeting with the usher boy. They're reading Malachi. I figured now is the perfect time for me to approach her about this petty ass shit. Right. So I grabbed a whole case of Ensure. I walk out there. I'm like, "Bernice, what's up with this, Bernice? Why you got you write your name on the bottle of Ensure when there's only 2 of us that live in the house? Only one of us got osteoporosis. I mean, come on, baby. It's obvious who the Ensure is for, right?" She's like, "Well, I just noticed that some of them were missing." I said, "Bernice, it's a delicious meal substitute. What am I supposed to do? I can't." You know, she said, "Well, I mean, I also noticed some of that my activity yogas were gone." I said, "Bernice, you ain't the only one trying to stay regular. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're just too old to be so petty and childish." Speaking of petty and childish, that $20 you're trying to give me earlier, can I get that? Because you know, with me, you're always coming through in the clutch for a nigga. I really would appreciate it if you would just give me some weed money. Yeah. I gotta use the bathroom, so I'm just trying to figure out how many more jokes I can tell before I piss myself off. I had 2 in mind. I want to tell some black jokes. I mean, you know, shit. Why not? It's the audience word, right? How you doing, sweetheart? No. Where do I start these off at? You ever had somebody call you a racial slur that you were unfamiliar with? No. They just been calling you old and they're niggas and jigaboos that you can. I'm sorry, Casimir, if that's what your life has been. Silly. No, I thought I knew all of the good racial slurs, the creative ones, like you got your porch monkey, which that's several syllables, so it's whatever, you know, you got the spear chucker, which that's from Africa. You never heard spear chucker? Like really? You don't know spear chucker? So I guess it's a racial slur, you know what I mean?
I am not.
All right, well, I had this old racist white man call me a moon cricket. a couple days ago. Moon cricket, right? I made the same face. I was like, moon cricket. That's an insult? It sounds kind of majestic, don't it? Moon cricket. He was like, ain't nothing but old moon cricket. I was like, you know what, sir? You know what? You're right. You're right. I have no moon cricket. My skin does reflect the light of the sun. I wax and I wane, and you can't faze me much like the moon. And yes, I also rub my legs together like this whenever I want to create a sound to attract a mate. So yes, I guess moon cricket. It's just confusing when you first hear it. What am I end on? I'm gonna give y'all talk about Bernice. And so y'all like Bernice stories, right? Yeah. She's like, yeah, absolutely. You don't really like Bernice. She knows I'm a comedian. Like her at 84, she's pretty much heard like all of my different bits or whatnot. She's familiar with them. Like when I first started doing comedy, I had this bit called Analingus. You know what analingus means, sir? You know what cunnilingus means? Please, come on, man. You know what cunnilingus means? Cunnilingus is the scientific term for going down on a woman. She was like, yeah, right. She knows, and he knows what cunnilingus is. That's why he's got somebody. What is oral? Okay, that's what cunnilingus is when you perform oral on a woman, right? So that's what cunnilingus is. So if you know what cunnilingus is, you can imagine what analingus is, right? All right. Now, I had a bit called analingus. I ain't gonna do it for you because you just found out what it is. Don't explore analingus. I'm just saying, just whatever. But I mean, so I had the bit called analingus. I would come home to Bernice at night, and she would be like, come home after doing comedy. I mean, not like come home like that's my gal. I mean, she's my number one, but it's not as sad as it sounds, I promise. So I would come home from doing comedy, and she'd be like, so how'd you do? I'm like, all right, I did okay, I did all right. I always do all right. Well, what'd you do? Well, I performed analingus, Bernice. I happened to do that. Well, I thought you were going to save analingus for special occasions. I said, well, listen, Bernice, sometimes you just get caught up in the moment, you end up performing analingus for a whole crowd of strangers. It just happens like that sometimes. I don't talk about it. You know, she said, well, did they at least enjoy analingus? I said, Bernice, everybody enjoys analingus. Whether they want to admit it or not. It's a very enjoyable experience, huh? But no, she knows I'm a comedian, and she always asks me how I did and what I did, and she always says, did I tell you the joke about my titties? No, right? And believe me, I've been living with her for a few years now. I've heard the titty joke so many times. Like, I know it by heart. But like, the one thing I'm really afraid of is that I'll be at her funeral, and I'll just be crying these crocodile tears, just wishing I could hear the titty joke one more time. You know, like I can't wait till I get to the crossroads. I gotta hear the Bernice titty joke every night, right? So I let her tell me the titty joke, and then she says, you should tell that on stage. Like, Bernice, I'm a semi-clean comedian. I don't know if I can just tell the Bernice titty joke for these good people when they shea butter oils and things. I don't know if they would appreciate that. But I'm gonna test it out on the shea butter oil audience, the Bernice titty joke. You ready for it? Yeah. So Bernice says to me, what did my left titty say to my right titty? I don't know, Bernice. What did it say? We'd better perk up, or else people are going to think we're nuts. I'm trying to put that somewhere between analingus and how much you love the Lord. So you guys are right. I've been DC PauL. Thank y'all for laughing.
She did good. All right, y'all, pull out your phones. Yeah. Go to Instagram.
Yes.
Come on, we get 20 new followers tonight. Hey,
and I follow back.
Them numbers going up tonight, baby.
And then people follow me.
Up on the Thursday. All right, go ahead and tell them what it is, Bill.
Slim Hotep. That's SLIMM HOTEP.
What does that mean?
Imhotep was one of the first Renaissance men in written history. He was like a priest, a poet, a medicine man in the field of things. And I always thought I was a Renaissance man. I'm an actor, comedian. I can hold my piss for a full 20 minutes. You know, so I have a lot of talents. I'm slim, so like the
Absolutely.
slim version of Imhotep.
Tell them about the award that you won. You won an award.
Oh yeah, the New Orleans alumni chapter of Delta Sigma Theta last month awarded me an Artie Award for drama and theater in the year 2016.
Wow, awesome sauce. Congratulations.
And that boy Jason Mitchell that was in like the Straight Outta Compton movie, he had got one a few years back, and like Anthony Bean. And when I saw the list, I was like, man, I'm on the list.
You in
I'm
there.
on somebody's list now.
You in there. Hey. Turn up. Y'all give it one more time for Mr. DC.